over 2 years restoring this vintage 1980s teardrop camper. And on every trip we've taken, something has gone wrong. Now we're setting off on the camper's biggest test yet. We are towing it 800 miles to one of the most remote sections of Northern California.
I'm honestly not even sure if this camper will make it that far, but we are about to find out.
Our end goal is to make it to Eureka, which is on California's far northern coast.
Haven't made it out of the driveway and I already gotta fix something. There's always something with this thing. So as I'm loading this thing up to get ready to go, looked over and saw we don't have any power coming from our solar. Sometimes I think that tent camping is just so much easier. Are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, here we go. Half hour in, already hit traffic.
We hope to miss LA's rush hour traffic, but unfortunately we got stuck and it ended up taking quite a long time to get out of the city, but we're finally out now. And of course, just off the road, we are stopping at our favorite donut place. It's a little bit emotional for us because we actually had these donuts at our wedding.
These are pretty much the best donuts in all of Southern California.
So we're about 80 miles-ish from home. So far, so good with the camper. Noticed it bouncing around a little bit, but it looks like all parts are still on it, which is really good. Whether it'll make it another 700 miles, I don't know. And then 800 miles back. So that's gonna be the real test. I can't stop looking in the rearview mirror because I am just terrified that this thing is just gonna bounce right off the back of this car. Like, it's so tiny and light, we'll be lost without our trailer.
We've done a few trips with this trailer so far, but those were all with my old car, and we also put new tires on the trailer. So there's just a lot of variables, a lot of things that could go wrong. So after driving for about 200 miles, I wanted to stop into an RV shop just to see if we could fix this solar panel issue. Hopefully we can get this fixed now, and we'll actually be able to have power for the next week when we're camping. He fixed it. It actually worked out. That never happens.
We've been struggling with those wires ever since we installed them. That's insane. We're not experts at solar by any means. It was obvious by these wires and how they were installed by us. We both tried.
He didn't even charge us anything for doing it. He just said leave a good Yelp review.
Sometimes you just need a professional, kids.
I'm gonna go leave the Yelp review right now.
6 hours into this road trip and we've only made it to Santa Maria. Oh gosh.
We have a reservation for Oak Knoll. We just made it like maybe an hour ago online though.
Might be in the wrong place.
Oh, the drama continues. This one's Oak Knoll Campground. So I went for the first one and it's on a lake. I didn't look at what the lake was because I just figured since we were close it would be the one, and it's not. It's in the Sierra Nevadas and that's not where we are. I swear I backed up a trailer before. It might not seem like it, but I swear I have. Well, we finally made it to our campsite. It cost $47 to stay here, which is a bit expensive, but we're kind of out of other options. So a lot of times when we're at a campground and we're sitting by the fire, we like to enjoy an adult beverage, but we decided tonight we were not gonna do that. We were gonna be healthy and nice, but after the fiasco of today, Kelly went into town to buy some alcohol, so. As far as the camper goes, everything has been pretty good so far. We did have one piece fly off. So normally on our stove here, there's supposed to be this nice red cover. We're gonna have to figure out a way to attach that a little better. I feel like there's always something with this thing. Also, our curtain fell off.
Come bearing booze. We weren't gonna drink, but it's been a day.
So this is what fell off. Well, I should say this is one of the things that fell off. So I'm gonna screw this back in and hopefully it'll hold everything back in the next time we move. We haven't used this stove to cook a meal since we moved the propane to the front of the trailer. So we're gonna cook dinner tonight. Not working. Hey, it worked! Woohoo! All right, started the 2025 camping season. Cheers. Good morning. We woke up this morning and realized that sometime during the night our fridge had shut off. We used our little projector last night, watched a bit of a movie. To do that, we had to turn on the inverter, and I don't know if the inverter can work at the same time as the fridge, which runs off of DC power. I think our food's okay. Luckily, my car has a DC port, so we'll pop it over there and we'll figure out what's going on with that a little later. But right now, coffee is the most important thing, and a little bit of breakfast before we get back on the road. We made it about 250 miles yesterday. We've got about 500 more to go.
Today is pretty much just seeing how many miles we can get under our belt. We're heading north up the 101, and right now we're in farm country. And since we're in farm country, we came across a little fruit stand. If you come across any of the farm country in California, you should get fruit from a fruit stand because it is really good. Where's my fruit?
They don't actually have strawberries and cherries there. It's like banana splits and milkshakes and churros.
But it says strawberries and cherries.
It literally says fresh local strawberries and cherries. That's false advertising.
Oh, I was so looking forward to some cherries.
I'm disappointed. We're just gonna have to seek some out now.
I think we might have found our cherries and strawberries, I hope. We've seen lots of signs in lots of closed places, but this place looks open. Cherry Hut, there better be some freaking cherries in here.
And if they're not at the cherry hut, I don't know where we're gonna find them.
We'll investigate. Yes!
Successful.
Yum.
Back on the road.
What?
The door's open.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. I gotta pull over.
I can't see it. My Kindle's in there. Is it still in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think
I'm gonna take it.
I don't think anything fell out. I just looked back and the door was just swinging open. There's this little slide right here, so it like locks the door, and this was a little loose, so it's actually sliding in further than it would actually let it latch. So I just tightened this right here. It lashes now. Oh, that was stressful.
Good? Wow. What else? What else?
We managed to hit San Francisco with tons of traffic.
It's terrible.
It's pretty bad. And it's about 6 o'clock right now. Our plan was to get north of the city and get a campsite, but I went online. I kid you not, there is not a single campsite available that is under $100 a night. And I can't spend $100 on a campsite just out of pure principle. We're getting a hotel tonight. We made it one night of camping before getting a hotel. We knew that it would be a lot slower traveling with this trailer, but it's definitely taking a long time. We've gone about 500 miles though, so far. Luckily, the door has not opened again, so that is good news. I think we fixed that problem, at least for now. Just checking to see if the door's still, yeah.
Day 3 of our road trip, we're still not at our destination. We have about 250 miles to go. I think traffic has been the major cause of our delay. Don't be like us.
Yeah, pretty much anything we do with travel, like, it's not a good practice. You shouldn't travel this way. Towing this thing doesn't get the best gas mileage, but the only fuel we need is right here. The largest coffee you can get at Starbucks. Woo! Ah, is that 4 shots? Woo!
It's really nice to be out in forest, the remote areas of California.
Took us about 650 miles, but we made it. We made it to the redwood trees. Wow. These are huge.
There's a definite change in the landscape when you start driving through these trees.
So great news, the camper did not lose a wheel or a door didn't pop off. Like, we made it in one piece for the most part. At our last campsite, I screwed this wind guard back in and it stayed on and it kept grill cover on as well. However, I made the mistake of leaving these on when we were traveling around and it took off a ton of the paint. So I'm really sorry, Kelly, because I know she painted this and it looked really awesome before, but we're gonna have to work on that again. I think that's an easy fix though. We just remove this whenever we're gonna be traveling. And I think the bouncing of this messed this up as well. That's kind of a bummer, but I don't really know what else we can do about that.
So even just after one night of camping in this, we've realized some things that we still need to work on. We do have some storage to put up on either side of the kitchen here. Anything that is in here is going to get bounced around, so it needs a lid or a top. The LED light in here quit working for some reason, and we'll also probably put a light right here in the kitchen so we can see when we're cooking. And then maybe just like some hooks and things for like when we're parked, just to like have stuff out when we need it, you know, like utensils and things like that.
Every time we take this out, we learn new things. So we're gonna figure out a couple more little tweaks, but I'm really happy and kind of honestly surprised that it made it 800 miles. 1983, Older than us, if you can believe it. Great news, the charge controller is still working. After bouncing for, what, like 600 miles since we got it fixed, the cords are still in from the solar.
It's like the professionals know what they're doing.
However, we're covered by a lot of trees at this spot here, so I don't even know if the solar's gonna work on this trip.
No professional dance training.
We got up very early to go hiking at Fern Canyon, and we just found out right now that you need an online permit, which you can't get day of.
But it's okay. I mean, we're up early and we'll go check out some redwood hikes. They said that they have 100 next day permits, so I think as long as we're trying to do it right at 9 a.m., there's a chance.
So we're changing our plans just a little bit, and we're going to one of the state park visitor centers, and we've come across some elk. It's a herd of boys. We saw a herd of girls earlier. This is so cool. I've seen the redwoods several times, and every time it just blows my mind how big and beautiful these trees are and just how gorgeous it is in this part of California. I love it so much. We've made it to Boy Scout Tree Trailhead. We're gonna do that hike. Gorgeous weather. Ugh, so good.
So the tallest tree in the world is 379 feet, and that tree is located on this coastline. But they keep a location a secret because they don't want anybody messing with it, which makes sense.
It's crazy how quiet these redwoods make it. They somehow absorb all the sound.
You can't hear cars or airplanes or anything.
You don't get that many places that are this quiet anymore.
Redwoods are some of the most resilient trees. A lot of times fires will come through, and on this tree you can see some of the burn scars of a fire. The tree has still survived and is still thriving. I feel a little bit like a broken record at saying how amazing these are, but until you see them in person, you don't really get it. We managed to secure permits for the Fern Canyon hike, so we got up at sunrise and we are the only ones here.
On Saturday, on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that Redwoods National Park is one of the least visited in California. So if you want to get away from the crowds, come here. I think when we did this hike before, it was like 10 years ago. So I'm so excited to see it again because I remember it being really, really awesome. Cannot be overstated how amazing this park is.
What a magical landscape. And to have it all to ourselves, I'm kind of glad that they did the permit system. I think that deters a lot of people, and so I think there's a lot less than would normally be. Also, you gotta get up early. There is no trail through this. You kind of just have to walk up the river. Definitely wear good boots that are waterproof. I already slipped and still got my feet wet.
You did it!
Pretty much plan on getting your feet wet, even if you do bring nice boots. Yeah. The trail eventually leaves the river and then climbs up on top of the banks, so you can turn this whole hike into a loop.
You need sustenance. We're just doing a little trek that's near the Prairie Creek Visitor Center because I want to see the little tunnels that go through the downed redwood trees that you can walk through. That's it. We don't have to do a big hike right now, but it is cool to be out here with the redwoods.
I'm in a tree. Oh.
Be sure to check out our other camper videos.